Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Titan Quest Anniversary Edition with me, Bring It Dawn. We are still battling through the Ragnarok expansion. So Yggdrasil is the world tree, and we're in its glade. So the Norns, I wonder if we find the Norns here, because the Norns live near, or at the base of the world tree, if I'm not mistaken. Which are the same, basically the Norse equivalent to the Fates in Greek mythology. I love all these chests that give you 30 gold and a trap. Can I go up that way? I might go back and see. Does it look like I could? Nope. No, I could not. Alright, it's a one-way street. Not that jackass that's trying to go the other way in a one-way street. Ruining it for everybody. Do I have any side quests still open? I saw this oh, that's right, I have to find black steel. Dragon spawn. These things look ridiculous. They are not intimidating creatures at all. They literally look like a snake with legs. Which I guess you could describe lizards as looking like that, but their bodies and legs just don't look like they match up. Alright, so this feels like the way forward. Let's go back and explore those other paths. Like up here. I guess it would make sense for snakes, or giant snakes, to be in this glade because Jormungandr is supposed to be wrapped around the roots of Yggdrasil.
You cannot open the door at this time.
Alright, that's fine. I didn't want to go that way anyway, so. So the joke's on you, not on me. Now I feel bad for how that guy died. It's funny, when I was working with the guy, and he fell asleep on the job, and he had completely doubled over in the seat that he was sitting in, and he looked a lot like that.
Oh, we have an unexpected guest.
Alright, Mimer's Maze. Mimer is the... Isn't he the, like the know-it-all guy? He knows everything. I think... Shoot, I don't remember. Isn't he the guy that's in so like God of War would be a good example. The head that they carry around. I think that's Mimer, right? Again, I don't play the God of War franchise, so I can't attest to that. Though I did watch a Let's Play of the new God of War, and it does look really good. Like, good job. Good job with that game. And yes, as a Let's Player, I do watch other Let's Players. that's how I got into it. So, and if you haven't watched the channel update where I explain the inspiration behind my doing Let's Plays, Get Dave is a Let's Player that he's the only Let's Player that I make sure that I watch every day, and he is the inspiration behind my channel. So, if you're looking for another good Let's Player to watch, Get Dave is it. I've yet to find another Let's Player like that I could watch like I do his stuff. He's the only Let's Player I could go and like rewatch his Let's Plays as well. He doesn't play the same games as me either, so if you're looking for something, he plays a lot of 4X games and JRPGs. I think after he finishes his current Let's Play, he's going to do Fire Emblem 3 Houses. But he might not. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. I think I actually found him. I was looking for a there's a Code War Let's Play, yeah, Nice Old Republic Let's Play I was looking for. I watched that, and I think that's what actually led me to getting a Steam account and getting Nice Old Republic on PC finally. Because I had it on Xbox back when it came out and played it. And by the way, Nice Old Republic is one of my top 3 favorite games of all time. One of 2 BioWare titles that's on that that are in that esteemed position. Yeah, there we go. I'm saying it right. So my top 3 favorite games of all time, and I've thought long and hard about this list because I was trying to not let nostalgia get in the way. So like Morrowind would be a nostalgia, one of my favorite games because of nostalgia. I hear that soundtrack, whew, it's got me. And Chrono Trigger is also in a weird spot. It's my 4th favorite game of all time. And it will always be there. By the way, Chrono Trigger has the best original soundtrack for any video game I've ever played. So, if I'm ever, no matter what mood I'm in, I can listen to Chrono Trigger, its soundtrack, and feel fine after. It's so good. But yeah, top 3 favorite games of all time are Fallout 3, Dragon Age Origins, and Knights of the Republic. In no particular order, they're all lumped together at the top. And the major reason being is we didn't have I had a computer growing up, but it wasn't a very good one. At least not at first. My parents did eventually buy me a computer that could run Fear. That was cool. So when Fear came out, it was like the game to be able to run on your PC. Granted, my PC barely ran it, but it ran it. So
you have no more room.
So I didn't really get into PC gaming, so like Baldur's Gate and stuff, all that stuff I had to play at friends' houses. I think I had a Nintendo 64, but then I got an Xbox, and then that's when I got into like Code War and Morrowind.
What am I doing here? What does it look like? I bet you didn't know that we Verger are respected for our craft in all 9 realms, and found a way to travel anywhere at our leisure. Well, except Asgard. Odin put a stop to that. We come from a
I need to actually go to a caravan and deal with this stuff. But anyway, don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, also, when those games came out, that's when I really started getting into gaming. Before that, well, I guess Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is the whole reason I got an Xbox 360 in the first place. I had no interest in getting one, and I saw my buddy playing that. I'm like, what is that? I was like, oh, this is Fallout 3. I remember I had seen it in like, I think it was EB Games at the time. And,
Do you find this
I had no interest in it. Because I never looked at the back of it. I didn't know what like the gameplay was or anything. And then, yeah, so I went and bought an Xbox one day after school. Didn't tell my parents where I was going. They got mad. And I went and bought an Xbox. I mean, granted, I was working. It was, you know, it was my money. I was working part-time while I go to school. The spoils. Yeah, so those are my top 3 favorite games of all time. Now, granted, I play a lot of games, so I don't know. Like a lot of the games towards the top of my list are really close together, but those are the 3 that I've put the most time into those 3 games compared to any other game. I've beaten them.
I was jesting earlier, of course. You have been expected.
I've beat them so many times. It's I don't know. Like KOTOR, I usually go to like once per year. Dragon Age Origins a little bit less, and then Fallout 3 is just I just pick up and play every now and then. Then let's see, Chrono Trigger is number 4. I don't have like everything numbered. Dishonored is up there. Really like Dishonored. Let's see what else. Then there's like a whole other list for like nostalgia, like Mario Kart 64, nostalgia. The original Super Smash Brothers, nostalgia. Things like that, like the old games, but like when I didn't take gaming very seriously, when I was still very young. Earthworm Jim, nostalgia. I put a lot of work, a lot of thought into my favorite games because it's a pretty common question, especially when you're doing Let's Plays and stuff. Like, what's your favorite game? Like, oh, well, it's these 3. I think that Pathfinder Kingmaker is quickly becoming one of them as well. And obviously the Baldur's Gates, a lot of the CRPGs and stuff are up there. But I kind of put them in their own list as well because it's my favorite genre of game, and I don't want that bias to influence the... I mean, I guess I should, though, because they are my favorite games. I guess the bias doesn't really matter. It's a hard answer, or hard question for me to answer a lot of the times, because I just like games, and it's hard to, like, oh, these are the ones I like the most. But I made a list, I checked it twice. Yeah, just in general, I just like games. They are my single greatest passion. Not to say that I don't have other hobbies, but I mean, video games just kind of encompass everything. They could be good storytelling. They have there's competitive games to get that competitive itch out of the way. There's games, and I don't think that all games have to necessarily be fun either. The game only has to accomplish what the developer wants it to accomplish. So if it's meant to be scary, it's scary. If it's meant to make you think, it makes you think. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be fun. It just depends on the intent behind the game. Everyone thinks, oh, games have to be Call of Duty and just be fun. They don't. They can literally be any sort of media. And I think that is the power of video games. They can literally encompass anything. In a lot of ways, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like books, but I think they're superior to books in a lot of ways. Because not only is it telling you the story, it's putting you in the story. You're interacting with the story. Which, and in some cases, it's better to not be put in that position of reading the story. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just this very broad media, and it can be used for a lot of things. It can be used for teaching. You know, they have all those teaching games. And I've learned a lot of the vocabulary and stuff that I know is from video games. Because there's a lot of words and stuff that you would run into in a normal book or, you know, just talking to people every day. I'm pretty sure I learned the word ages from a video game. I know that there's more. I'd have to look. Alright, is there another... Yeah, something over there I missed. Let's go check that out. You know, then if there's games where if you just don't have a lot of time to play, like 4X games, Civilization 1 through 6, or you know, Galactic Civ, any of those games, they're great for people that don't have a lot of time. You can pick up and play them whenever, you know, save and come back to it, or just leave it up and running, you know, come back to it the next day, you know, continue playing. You treat it like an ongoing game of chess against, you know, NPCs. So I think there is a video game for everybody. And that's what I think whenever I hear someone say, oh, I don't play video games, so I don't waste my time with that. It's like, they just haven't found the right one. There's such a variety out there, like, everyone has to have one. There has to be one for everybody. I guess it doesn't have to be. It's a very broad statement. Like, Mrs. Bring It Dawn, she's not really big into gaming, but
there we are.
She played Legend of Zelda, and,
Ho, ho, ho. Prove yourself.
yeah, alright, he has a giant of knowledge. So he's the guy from...
Oh, stop. How did you... Ugh. Fine, mortal. I will tell you what you want to know. Loki, at this very moment, is in Asgard, while the Aesir are focusing their attention on fighting the invasion of the Rainbow Bridge. Yes, Loki, the Well of Wisdom is it.
Alright, so what did I find? A new bow, 54 to 71. Not as good. Disposition, oh, 15 armor. Gives me some resistances and some health. But not the strength that I want. I can't even equip it. Why can't I equip? Oh, it's a ring. Oh. Never mind. I can probably replace. Well, 11% strength. I probably don't want to replace. Yeah, I mean the resistances are nice, but I think I'll be okay without. There was another blue that I picked up, wasn't there? Oh, the spoils, here we are. It requires intelligence, which I don't have. Alright, so where do I go? Find a way into Yggdrasil's roots. Now return to the surface. Yeah, then there's like just the dialogue games. There's you know, there's pornography games if that's what you want to play. There's management games, strategy games, fighting games. It's just, I don't know. I just love them. There's so many. And there's really not a lot of games I don't like. You know, I try to give them all a fair chance. I don't play a lot of sports games. Last one I think I actually enjoyed. Well, I guess depending on what you consider sports. If you considered gladiatorial tournaments sports, then I love Domino. But I think the last actual sports game that I liked was what was it called? NFL Blitz for the GameCube. That game was so much fun. And I guess Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl's a fun game. But I don't think I own it. I have to look. I'm pretty sure I don't own Blood Bowl. If I don't own it, I wonder where I played it, because I know I played Blood Bowl. None of my friends played it. Where did I play Blood Bowl? Unless maybe I was just watching someone play it and I fell asleep and I dreamed that I was playing it. That's what happens when you let the your Steam accounts get away from you and how many games you have. Forget what you've played. Luckily though, I'm recording everything, so it's all documented, so I can't forget. I also can't give up in the middle of playing anything. Which I never really... I mean, when I was younger, I had a problem where I wouldn't finish games. I said I'd beat the Jak and Daxter games. Which I plan on going back and doing. There probably won't be a Let's Play series. I'll just do it for my own sake. Sorry, these guys just getting... What's going on? Get him, guys. I get bonus to my pets. Let's see, Pierce resist, bleeding resist, lightning resist, 400 health, some attack speed, casting speed, chance to dodge, +1 to all skills and rune mastery. Alright. That one gives me Rune Word Explode and Burn, which I don't use. I lose some damage though. Why? That's 17% attack speed and pierce damage. Okay, that's why. Ah, but that 400 health seems really nice, but I don't want to lose any damage. I'm all about DPS. I'll sacrifice survivability for DPS.
You can't carry anymore.
Every day. Plus, I have plenty of resistances as it is. Like, I'm not hurting for resistance. But in some regards I am, but I think lightning and fire is fine, right? Yeah, fire, lightning, and frost are really good. And poison's getting up there.
What else are you buying?
I'll hold on to the blues. I like the unique items. I've been selling them. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to sell them. I'll hold on to that one, actually. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I really need to go back to a, I don't know. If I ever make other characters, it'd be nice to have those. Oh, we're in Muspelheim already. Cool. We might finish the game this episode. Is that the way I'm supposed to go? this looks like a dead end. Cool. I forgot what the max level is now. I'd done a calculator when I first started playing this to figure out how I was going to build. Now I don't remember how I was going to build. Oh, sorry, I don't remember what the max level is. I don't remember. I should be able to max out everything that I want to max out. So I'm going to finish Ancestral. What was it? Yeah, so I'm going to max out these 3. Ancestral Horn, Ardor, and Tumult. Probably get Slam and Lasting Legacy. And then the only other thing I need to max out is, well, Energy, Armor, and... Reckless Offense. There's a Mystic down here. Let's go check that out.
Mortal.
Yep, here's one of the Norns.
The strands.
And once again, I recommend Fate of Norns by Amon Amarth. Big fan of the album and the band. I've seen them in concert twice. The second time wasn't as much of a treat. I just getting really irritated. People are being very disrespectful. Normally when you go to metal concerts, people are fairly respectful, but they were just being a bunch of jackwagons at that one. For starters, if you're not in the mosh pit, don't start moshing. That's not cool. Though it was really funny. Me and my buddy were on the edge of the mosh pit. We were watching, and this guy stops. Like he comes around. He's going around the outside of the mosh pit, and he stops. And he's like, "Hey, have you guys seen?" I don't remember what he's looking for. I think he's looking for glasses. And as soon as he finishes his sentence, the mosh pit it's going in a cycle, like a circle, and it comes in a. He just gets whisked away in the middle of a sentence. It was hilarious. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I used to be a lot more into music. I don't really bother with concerts much anymore. I've seen a handful of bands, and it all kind of amounts to the same thing. When I was in high school, I went and saw My Chemical Romance in concert. That's pretty good. The Muse actually opened up for him. So that's a pretty solid concert all around. I don't know, it wasn't a third band, I don't think. I think it was just the Muse and My Chemical Romance. Then I've seen Mastodon in concert, and I believe Between the Buried and Me opened for them as well. So that was a pretty solid concert all around. One time for Amon Amarth, Tyr actually opened for him. And there was 2 other bands. One of them was I think a power metal band, they were okay. Holy Grail, I think was their name. And then Tyr opened. Tyr is also one of my favorite bands. Love me some Tyr, so that was a treat. I saw Amon Amarth again. I've seen Imagine Dragons in concert. That was back when I was living in California still. I'm not the biggest. I'm not an Imagine Dragons fan. My wife likes him, and I figured it'd be fun to go see him in concert. So. I think that's it, right? Imagine Dragons, 2 Amon Amarth, Mastodon, My Chemical Romance. That's probably all the concerts I ever need to go to. I guess if Amon Amarth ever tours again, I'll probably try to go see him or something. For old time's sake, but that's... Burning Sword. Alright, did I explore everything there? I think so. So in case you couldn't tell, I like metal. I listen to everything, but metal's my go-to. Amon Amarth. I like power metal a whole lot, so Blind Guardian, Dragon Force. I like Trivium's older stuff. Basically, anything Shogun and prior, I like. And then Volbeat will always hold a special place in my heart. Back when I was driving my 89 Mercury Grand Marquis, all I had was a cassette player, and my buddy had burned a tape, because I didn't have the means to burn a tape, because all I had was CDs at the time. And he burned me a tape of Volbeat, and the cassette tape itself was fine, but my car speakers were so ravaged by either, I'm gonna say by time. And it sounded like, whenever I listened to it, it sounded like the band was playing underwater. I don't know, it was the weirdest effect that the speakers was putting on the music. But it's all I could listen to. It's the only cassette tape that I had. Well, I had other cassette tapes. I think I still have my Eiffel 65 cassette tape. I don't know if you guys remember that band. But Blue World. I'm blue, if I was green I would die. Yeah. That was the first cassette tape I ever owned. I think. Actually, I take that back. My mom may have bought me one when she got me my cassette player. But I think it's like a Disney soundtrack, like the greatest Disney hits or something. First CD I ever chose to own was Eiffel 65. Because they were spamming Blue World on the radio. And I love that song. And the music video was really cool. It was like all CGI, except for the band members that go around fighting aliens, like shooting energy balls. It was like Dragon Ball Z. It was cool. So the Flaming Sword, which is the name of the quest we're on, or it's, yeah, I think that's what we're currently on. Again, I mentioned earlier at Ragnarok, Surtur, the fire giant, will be the only surviving creature, I guess, of Ragnarok, and he will wave his flaming sword around and turn the world to ash so they can be born anew. That is the sword that I guess we're after. Yep, 30 gold in a trap. Hot dog. Really, really digging those chests. Yeah, I've gone back to the merchant a couple times now, and I still haven't. Hey, where are you going? Come here. Alright, come here. Still haven't restocked my potions, so I should probably do. Yeah, I think we're in the final stretch of the game now, so I think I'm just going to keep pushing forward and try and finish the game this episode. So it might be quite a bit longer than usual. I'll decide when the time comes. So that'll save me. That'll actually work out perfectly because this coming weekend I'll be able to upload Titan Quest. I also have to pre-record my other games. I didn't give me 30 gold for that one. Salamander. It's my second favorite Space Marine chapter. The first being the Space Wolves, obviously. I also like the Dark Angels quite a bit. But I don't like how all their stories are revolved around the Fallen and stuff. Though Cypher intrigues me a whole lot. Which I don't think there's anyone who isn't interested in Cypher who's familiar with Warhammer 40k. The more I learn about Vulcan, he just seems really cool. I mean, I love Lehman Russ, but Vulcan's cool. Like he's some of the stuff he does is just awesome. Like his dealings with the Eternity Gate, the upcoming stories. Oh, it just sounds so cool. I'm excited to see what happens. But I do hope that the next Primarch they bring back, which might not even happen in my lifetime, is they just bring Gellerman back. I hope Lehman Russ is the next one. Or Lehman and the Lion, because their stories could intertwine. Because they had a fair bit of interaction post-heresy. So that looks like the way I'm supposed to go to the northwest-ish. I mean, I could talk all day about Warhammer. The lore is so cool. I've fallen out of touch with the fantasy a little bit and focused more on the 40k recently, because the 40k is just like the scale of it is so great. Plus, they don't. Games Workshop stopped with the fantasy setting. Thanks, Age of Sigmar. I don't know anything about Age of Sigmar. I don't care to. I know a little bit about it, but it sounds ridiculous. I actually played Warhammer the Age of Reckoning back when that was still a thing. Had a blast. I had a Witch Hunter. Had fun. Again, I don't play a lot of MMOs, and I think I've listed the MMOs I've played. I forgot to mention that one. I think that was the first MMO I ever actually played, was Warhammer Age of Reckoning. Which also had some of the best cinematic trailers I've ever seen. Actually, most of Warhammer. I think all my favorite cinematic trailers are from Warhammer. Dawn of War has, I think, my favorite cinematic trailer of all time. Because it really gives you the feel of what Warhammer 40k is all about, and it was awesome. It's still my favorite. One of my favorite RTS games. I mean, the first Dawn of War is the only one I really like. I do think Dawn of War 2, it was made better for competitive. I think its competitive gameplay is just superior to the original in like every way, but I don't like how small the scale of the battles are. Everything's just smaller and tighter, which makes sense for competitive play. The Last Stand mode was fun. And then as far as Dawn of War 3 is concerned, we don't talk about Dawn of War 3. It's the only one I didn't buy, because it just looked awful. I didn't pre-order it, I didn't do anything with it. I did not look good. Because normally Dawn of War would just be like a must-buy for me. I'd be like, alright, yeah, I'm gonna grab it because I love Dawn of War. But they messed up, man. They messed up. And everyone agrees. I think everybody agrees. It's almost unanimous. I don't think it has any positive reviews on Steam. So this is probably the way forward. I'm going to grab this, then we're going to go back. Fire Shrine. But yeah, it is definitely hard to outdo the scale of 40k. It's just, there's so much. I mean, it's galaxy wide. Ugh, they give me gold. How disappointing. Maybe the Black Steel's over here. That's why it sent me over here. For that Dwarven quest. Because I still haven't finished that quest. Don't know where the Black Steel's at. Should probably look that up. That was it? Just a... Okay. 2 health potions. Well, and it's more than I had. I'm gonna go check out the Fire Shrine before we go this way. And another chapter. The Blood Angels are okay. I just feel like all the books that I've read about them just haven't been well written, and so I always just, I don't know, just never really got into them. I mean, Sanguinius is obviously a super awesome Primarch. I mean, he's got wings. I mean, how's that? That's just cool. And again, his final stand is cool. But I don't know, I've just never really read a well-written book about the Blood Angels. And I've read, was it Deus Incarnate, and Deus Sanguinor or something? Those are some of the first books I read in Warhammer 40k. So I think the first book I read was actually Sisters of Battle novel. No, it was Dark Disciple or Dark Apostle. One of those. It was the first one in the series. I don't remember which one came first. It's been a while. Funnily enough, I just kind of accidentally got into Warhammer. So, used to go to Target as a kid, and I would always look at the PC games. And there was one that always caught my attention, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War. At the time, I didn't know anything about it. I just liked the way that well, I was into strategy games at the time. And I really liked the way that the models looked. I thought they just looked fantastic. And so that's what kept attracting me to it. Eventually, I got it when the Gold Edition came out. It came with the Winter Assaults. And I'm pretty sure I got that first. And then there was a local bookstore that was going out of business. And they had a big book sale, and we went in there, and I bought all of the Warhammer books they had in there. Because I was like, oh, hey, this is like the stuff that I'm, playing at home. And so I got a handful of them. I got, was it Mark of Chaos by Mark Wahlberg, I believe. Which is a very good introductory Warhammer book, Warhammer fantasy books. It kind of covers everything. It's got elves. It only has dwarves in it. It's got elves and man, demons, chaos. Like it gives you a pretty solid taste of what's in store in the fantasy setting. And then I got, was it either Dark Apostle or Dark Disciple. I think it's a trilogy now. I have to go look. I have all of them. And but yeah, then that's when I really started to get into the lore. So I really enjoyed the books. I don't remember the name of the Sisters of Battle book that I had, or I still have it. But the front of it's like black and white. I can't recall much about the story. Was it Fire and Faith? Is that the name of it? Or Faith and Fire? Yeah, I really only got into lore because of bookstore was going out of business. And everything was like 60% off or something. Alright, so is this the way forward? Is it locked? It is not. Alright, let's go back the other way. Make sure I'm not missing anything before I go into what I assume is the final dungeon. I don't know. It's probably enough to talk about Warhammer 40k. This isn't Warhammer 40k, and a lot of the stuff I'm talking about will be covered when I start playing the Warhammer 40k games.
You have no more room. You can't carry any more.
Fine, I'll go back. And I'll buy some potions.
I'll buy from you at a good price.
I really need to go see a caravan. No, I'm just gonna sell this stuff. I think it's more fun if you just find the gear that you need for your future characters. It adds to the playthrough. Plus, since you have to play, I think you have to play through on every difficulty separately, or every character has to beat. Let's sell that. Beat the game on normal to unlock the harder difficulties.
Don't get squashed.
So I don't need to save equipment. Each character has to earn their own keep. I think that's an appropriate way to handle it. +2 to summon nightmare, +2 to lucid dream. That's the oh darn. What's the name of it? The it's a is it Dream Mastery? I don't remember. I think it's Dream Mastery. That's the it's very, it used to be very strong. I don't know if it still is or not. I'm assuming it is. Because every build is viable. Every mastery. Don't tell me I'm stuck. Okay, good. Alright, here we go. Welcome to Land's End.
Stop here! Stop here! You really are take the portal, hero. I mean take the portal, hero. I mean well.
I'm assuming I'm not supposed to take that, right?
I...
No idea how he's stronger than the other gods altogether. Let's heal up. Let's get back in there. Oh, I didn't buy potions again. Shame on me. Okay. Well, hey. Suck it, Loki. So I'm assuming Surtur is the final boss. We killed the king of the frost giants. And Surtur is the king of the fire giants. I was assuming Loki was, but we just beat him. And he was stronger than the other 4 Norse gods. Odin, Freya. Balder and Tyr all together. And Tyr is the god of war, so I mean, if we put the hurt on him, Loki shouldn't have been that tough. I did like that little touch though, as you know, he's trying to get rid of you, and if you just walk past him, he'll attack you. I'll level up. That's right. So normally I would call the episode at that Rebirth Fountain, but I think we're almost done, so we're just gonna keep pushing. Might be like an hour and a half long episode or something. Black Steel Executioner. So I'm assuming this is where the Black Steel is going to be at then. Next time I go back, I will buy potions. So I'm running a little low. I'm down to 20. And that is not enough for me to sustain myself. Not the way that I play. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the guy in Jotunheim. Do some trading and buy some potions. I don't want to risk running into a boss fight with only, well, I guess less than 20 now. So I'm a squishy fellow. I don't think it's nearly as bad as when I played my Warfare in Nature playthrough. Alright, potions.
Don't be a stranger!
Yeah, sure. Alright. Muspelheim. Alright, this is the last area, right? Let me double check that. Yep, last area. that up? Oh well. Oh gosh, okay. Oh no. And that was... I saw my health dropping and I was like, I'll be fine. Oh god, I haven't died in a while. Oh man, I think I have a good way to run though. That's a little annoying. The Norse Pantheon couldn't do me in, so the Muspelheim elves had to take care of me. Just like Achilles' heel. Which, by the way, is it Troy Total War or Total War Troy? Oh, I'm excited. I love Troy, the Iliad, and all that, and also the movie Troy was really good with Brad Pitt. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. I feel like Creative Assembly's been knocking it out of the park recently. Like the last DLC for Alright, I need to run. They won't let me run. What the heck? How are they doing so much damage? Alright, I'm gonna go in there with my ancestors summon this time. Jeez Louise, man. But yeah, the last DLC for Warhammer Total War 2, so much stuff came with it. Like, they gave everybody what they wanted. There's a couple things I still want for the game. Like, I want another legendary lord for the Wood Elves, because they have like none. And the Beastmen. Well, the Beastmen do have 3. The Wood Elves only have 2 legendary lords. So I would like... another Wood Elf legendary lord. And then, yeah, they came out the Nakai and Gorok. You're not goofing around this time, guys. Please hit. Please hit. Thank you. Oh, there's a black steel ingot. We'll go back and visit the dwarves real quick. Just because we can. Darklands. See about getting this upgraded.
You really managed to find some.
You should be in Asgard by nightfall if you maintain a good pace. Not that the sun ever
Oh,
sets.
okay, why not? Precision engineering. I got an achievement for it.
A human? Down here. You look the worse for wear, Wanderer. You'd better buy some of our stuff. You'll never find
I got another achievement,
these
Survivalist.
tunnels.
I don't know how much better it made this. I'll take it. Please kill these guys. I wish they'd stop running. Stop running. Yeah, you slowed down. Chase her. He just kept swinging even though she was obviously not in range. All right. The heck did he throw on me? Oh, they could snare me like that. Yay, another rebirth fountain. Let's go. I'm assuming it's gonna keep going up, and then Surtur will be at the top of this fortress. That's what I'm hoping for, anyway. Which one did I get? Trust. Oh, mastery. What do you think snaring is he's gonna do if you're gonna stay in melee with me? But I guess some of them do outreach me. If you're not getting away, come here. I think my favorite part of this build is when I just walk up to somebody and I use the, not dual wield. Yeah, Hue. When I use Hue, I just run up to them and like jump in the air and hew them, and they just die. It's very satisfying. Like that. Sadly, I don't have enough damage to kill those guys outright with it yet. Ladies' quarters. Alright, Rebirth Shrine. This has to be a boss, right? That was trippy. Alright, that looks like Surtur down there. Let's go face him. Excuse me.
Want to stop me?
That was it? Oh, nope, alright, it's not over. Can't hit him. I know what I need to do. Oh, he snared me. Oh, that's why they snare him, because that's why they have to snare, because they're in this freaking boss fight. Now he's stupid strong. What's going on here? Come on, let me get him. Of course, he destroyed my battle standard. Let's throw around a bit and heal up. There we go. And I finished it with Hugh. That was pretty cool. There, the achievement delayed until further notice, which I'm assuming is referencing the Ragnarok. I guess we're just postponing Ragnarok, right? Is that the point of this DLC? It's a cool looking armor. What was the blue thing I picked up? Oh, here we go. Thracian ring. Oh wow, +1 all skills and warfare mastery. It gives me stun resist, slow resist, offensive ability, attack speed, and +1 all skills. And alright, let's see. So I lose damage no matter what, but I think we'll... Let's do it like that, that's fine, whatever. Pretty sure we just finished the DLC. And the Let's Play. We'll see. Let's go talk to, whatever. To Odin, I assume.
Man, the stew's cooked. Oh, what a feast.
We meet again, Guard Slayer. Too many to count?
Hail, hero. I am Sif, mistress of Trudvang.
Ah, you again. You really had me back. Magical tricks, and I suppose we were lucky you weren't really against us.
Yep, he only has one hand.
Surprised me
and he's wearing a wolf pelt.
Greetings, brave hero. Ah, how I envy your...
I just wanted to say that as for Hildisvini...
Yours is a great deed, hero. No, more than that. You have saved us all. We stood fast and were able to beat back the Jotuns, but barely, and having suffered great losses. More giants pouring in through this portal would have been the final stab in the back. I suppose the time has come for you to return to Midgard, and I'm looking forward to what the future of humanity will bring. I suppose the time has come for you to return to...
Alright, sweet. Oh, that's music. Awesome. Probably it's gonna be a copyright claim, I'm sure. So to show different enemies right here. Alright, we're actually gonna exit out of that. Alright, well look at that. We finally did it with my hero. This is a Let's Play that's been over a year in the making, and it's over. Oh man, might get a little emotional. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna give the game a review. Most people who've watched this series are familiar with Titan Quest. It's a solid ARPG. It's a victim of its time and its pacing. It's not as fast paced as like Diablo 3, for instance, but it's definitely competitive with I think Diablo 2. Yeah, I really enjoy it. And again, if you're into mythology and stuff, it definitely has a leg up on Diablo 2 in my opinion. Because again, it has a lot of references to like, well, Greek mythology and now Nordic mythology as well. So it's yeah, good stuff. Had fun playing it. Was a pain in the butt to upload, as y'all have heard several times throughout the series. But yeah, I'll probably end up streaming the other difficulties after October, which is all in my channel update stuff, so I'm not going to cover it here. But yeah, I'm just going to call it, and then I might see you guys in the epic difficulty in the future. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me on yet another adventure, a very, very long one. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one.